just practicing, you know, me.
That looks way better. Why didn't we do this earlier?
Cause.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
What?
And I can even like go like this when the text is there.
You're.
I just go like this. Just.
I don't think you need to do that.
Then we can read the text.
Oh, we could just play the game like this. Like, just like this.
I'll just pop up like this for no one. Alright, cupcakes.
Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy.
Cupcakes it is then.
I'm hungry.
Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself.
Ooh, new scene. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self.
I think it's just gonna. It's not a new scene, man. It's just a black screen.
Yeah, it's just black.
What? It's a long blink, okay? Contemplating my life. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I end up covering text, see?
It's fine.
Now you're covering me.
It doesn't matter. You can cover text.
You hardly even cover text. You cover like a.
I wonder if with this thing we could like make it to where one of us like one's at the body and one's the head.
Oh my gosh.
I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. What? I opened my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. I told you it was just a long contemplative blink. Just thought it was a new scene.
Jeez. She looks so low res from up this close.
I'm a little farsighted. I nearly fall out of my chair.
Sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club.
Does our school have a napping club?
You're staying up late again, aren't you?
She dodges the question because she knows if you knew about the napping club, you wouldn't be here.
Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know. Not if you were in the anime club. You'll need to get used to it.
Don't say that so loud. Glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard.
No. Yes. Monica overhears everything. Always. She's the club president, so.
It's true, though.
Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori.
Nice. Epic. Cool.
It's what I do best.
That's a problem. What? I don't... What? Just contradicted everything.
Yeah.
What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. Oh, okay, I see where he's going. I'm a little impatient with this.
Yeah.
You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? She's just getting on to me about freaking my sleep schedule. I was undersleeping, right? So I suppose the joke.
Not every day.
That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gone up on time?
It's a secret.
I knew it.
Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt.
I can't even. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Sayori glances around at herself.
How is it written all over me?
You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out all around here. There's bloodstains on your fingers and gunpowder on your sleeve. I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out, only to find more blood. Man, you really need a brush for this.
My hair is just really hard to get right.
I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair, witch. Look, your bow isn't straight either.
It is.
And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I try to wipe off the stain with my finger.
But nobody would ever notice that.
Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. It's the perfect storm.
Okay.
Fortunately, I really don't care about that.
Hey, you meanie.
I don't understand this conversation at all.
Mm-mm.
And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori, I think there's a completely different reason behind that one.
Yeah, she's trying to show off her waffle cone. And she's
Waffle
also...
cone?
Yeah, look, her vest.
It's called a waffle cone?
It looks like a waffle cone. I mean, a ice cream cone.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Why
Also,
do you
she's
think
too
you
fat.
don't have a boyfriend yet? Fatty, always eating them cupcakes and cookies.
That's super mean.
Sorry, but you'll thank me later.
I don't think
Fat
I
shaming saves lives.
will.
I start to button her blazer from the bottom. It's a little too intimate. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. Whoa.
This is so funny.
What is?
Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kind of things.
Huh? Don't say that. You make me feel weird about it, stupid.
It's okay though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you?
I guess.
Hey, be careful. The button might come off.
Why is this one so hard to close?
Because I'm fat.
I struggle to fully close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? Oh, here's her being poor again.
Oh,
She's got last year's uniform
gee.
before she put on the extra 20 pounds.
It did when I bought it.
If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore, and you would have cut back. What are you smiling about?
It means my boobs got bigger again. Woo!
Don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look much better now, so...
If the jacket's this
Is-
tight on me, I can't imagine it's flattering. You can see all my body rolls.
Why does it feel strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that?
But it's so stuffy. Ugh. It's not worth it at all.
Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. Slow it down, you know? Give it a little more suspense.
Phew. That's so much better.
Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around.
What? How? There's no buttons at the top.
That's true.
It's the shirt. I was buttoning her shirt.
Right.
I was reaching under the freaking sweater and buttoning her shirt.
It does look like.
Some of them are unbuttoned.
Yeah.
That's a lot more intimate than I thought it was. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right?
No, that's not how that works.
Yeah, but no, that makes sense. I think that.
What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying that? Like it's a good thing.
Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you would take... And you take back... And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned.
Stop saying all these embarrassing things.
I didn't say anything embarrassing.
Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier.
Only if you focus on going to bed earlier.
Touche. It's a deal.
It's a deal? I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are taking care of ourselves.
Yeah, I guess so. Huh.
So maybe you should come walk... I'm sorry.
Whoa!
So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning.
No. You're doing it again, Sayo.
But I was joking that time.
Man, it's possible to tell with you sometimes.
Okay, everyone. This is like the 5th time I've said this.
Monica suddenly calls out.
Why don't we share the poems we wrote now?
Yay! Yojo, I can't wait to read yours.
Yeah, same. I want to read mine too. I failed to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. Who should I show my poem to first? Not good. We've had enough of Sayori. Okay?
Oh no,
Go
I'm
to
just
someone else.
get ready. Who do you want?
Let's go to Yuri. Oh gosh, dude. These parts of the game really drag out.
I think it's faster this time. I think
It better be.
it's shorter.
Maybe if you would read your line.
Yeah, my bad. Let's see what you've written for today. This is pretty good, Yojo. Were you influenced by seeing everyone's writing styles yesterday?
I guess you could say that.
I was also a bit surprised by how differently everyone writes. So I respect you for trying new things. You don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings, and write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise.
Oh, I see. That's a certainly interesting technique. Thanks for sharing.
I have, an example of that if you'd like to read it.
Of course. Why not? Is this the poem you wrote for today? It's garbage. Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. Snatch it from her dirty fingers.
The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human.
Ooh.
I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more.
Oh my gosh, why is it
The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's.
I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about.
That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Or emotions.
Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean.
Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things that I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them.
Why do you keep them to yourself?
But because they're embarrassing and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Yojo?
You're not talking about my dog collection, are they? Those are G.I. Joes.
Nobody. No.
Well, I guess I do.
I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener.
Hold up. Can we just spam through the next ones and then get to the part after the poems are read?
No. They're important. The poems give you an insight into the characters and what's going on.
Maybe you can learn something from them and improve your own writing skills.
Monica, in particular, has more to her poems than...
So we skip everyone but Monica.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that, you should just stick through it.
But I don't wanna.
We're getting there, man.
We're getting there. Which one?
Let's go with Monica. Oh, that's Robert Greene again.
Hi again, Yojo. How's the writing going?
Alright, I guess.
I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece.
No way, count on that.
You never know. Want to share what you wrote for us?
Heck yeah.
Okay.
I give my poem to Monica.
Alright. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like.
Is that so?
You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common.
Well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different.
Well, that may be the case, but maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem.
You sure you're not reading into it too much?
I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too?
Yeah, that's totally unexpected.
Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either.
Whoa, experiment.
But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too.
Alright, let's take a look.
Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust.
Where am I?
An endless poem of meaningless. Load me.
With what? Huh. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh?
I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it.
No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess.
Turn the sound on.
Why?
Oh yeah, you should turn that.
Oh, I never even checked the audio.
Okay. I kind of like playing with the space on the paper.
It's just music.
Malachi, just keep the
It
sound
won't
low.
always just be music. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise.
I see. Still hard for me to tell what it's about, though.
Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game.
Save down there. Right now?
Sure,
Right now?
Why not?
Empty slot. Can I name it?
No.
I don't think so.
Return. Whew. Glad we got that backed up.
You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen.
Here we go, here we go.
Wait, is this tip even about writing?
Oh shoot, they're talking about the game.
What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
Who should? Okay, so you said Monica's dialogue thing would be that it would be the thing.
No, I didn't say that.
It was no more interesting than any of the others.
Yeah, it had some stuff in there that you just might have missed. It's
That I
not
might have
very
noticed?
obvious. It's not
It's
not very
not.
obvious yet.
No.
She's a dude.
No.
All right, here we go. 2 for you.
Thanks.
Atsuki.
Well, it's not really any worse than your last one. But I can't really say it's any better either.
My freaking back hurts. Phew.
Huh? Phew, what?
Well, anything that isn't a train wreck, I'll take as a win. I get the feeling you're probably the most critical.
Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment. Glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me someday.
That's, something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point.
Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday.
You think so?
Yeah, well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength. But you never really stuck... But you never really struck me as her type.
Sayori has a type all of a sudden?
Well, I don't know. But honestly, how can someone so fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around a dead weight.
Ugh. That was a little unnecessary, but think of it this way. If it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon and just... I'm not gonna say that on YouTube. You could say we each take care of each other in our own way.
Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here.
Alright, I'm reading this one. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. And then more words.
What?
It's gross.
What?
She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers, and I'm going to tell everyone.
Wow.
Not bad,
Okay.
right?
It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. A little too long.
Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I can do.
No, of course not.
Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies, and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk.
Do you know people like that?
Of course, it's about how everyone thinks that doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure, something that you're afraid if people find out they'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes, as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things.
That's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today.
Huh?
Does it matter the order I do these in?
It does. Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't have been able to say that line if I hadn't read yours.
Yeah, it does. It stuff changes based on the order.
Yeah. Did you say Yuri?
Yeah, she's Yuri. She's like that tall. She's in this club. She's been here for a while. Really insecure, just like all of you. Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things.
Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Ugh. It's not like I would judge her or anything.
Natsuki has trouble finding her words.
I guess I should try not to be so mean of her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff.
I told you I was right about the insecurity things. I can describe these girls.
I mean,
Wow.
I always hate people who make me feel insecure.
Everyone is insecure.
And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. By the way, the way you it sounds like she learned her lesson.
Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem.
It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it.
Who should I show my poem to next?
Which one?
Let's go with Sayori.
Okay.
This one looks promising.
Oh my goodness. This is so good. Yuju.
Eh?
I love it. Especially after yesterday's poem.
Ugh. You're too honest sometimes, Sayori.
No, but really. I want to put this on my wall. Can I?
Sayori? We need an intervention. You must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either.
Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. You sure you don't like it just because I wrote it?
Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem, it's a Yuju poem. And that makes me feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it.
Sayori hugs the sheets against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori.
Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad, but that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem.
I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place.
Yeah, me neither.
Ugh. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought?
You want to write something for me? That's so sweet.
Yeah, alright. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point.
Eh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep that in mind.
Well, whatever.
Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad.
Happy and sad? I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori.
Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you're having a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug and make it a nice, happy rainbow.
Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic.
It is. Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Yuju! I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Bottles.
Oh,
Holy crap! Sayori, did you really write this?
Of course I did.
how are you gonna skip the poems after going through all the dialogue?
Did I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever?
Like, can it... Does it let you go back?
No.
Oh, man.
It's okay, I saved way back. During Monica.
Whatever. Okay, whatever. It's fine.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you.
Monica taught me a whole lot. And I've been really in touch with my feelings lately.
I see that. It's almost kind of creepy.
Creepy.
Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it.
Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic.
You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up.
Yeah. Writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die.
Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Alright, that's all folks, that's the end of this game. We've learned today that I could be a voice actor, and that this game is very exciting stuff, very interesting.
No, we're not done.
We're stay tuned for not next part, because it's not going to happen.
You're not done. You gotta keep going. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room.
Is this about the festival?
Well, sort of.
Ugh, do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members.
That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're gonna keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event.
Oh, sorry. Oh, jeez. Okay,
She's
that's
busy
great.
as your line.
But that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event.
Ah, sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing.
Performing?
Monica? Yeah, we're gonna have a poetry performance.
More poetry.
Each of us are going to choose a poem and recite it during the event.
Do I get to pick out the poems we just read very closely?
But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time.
Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see.
Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting these posters up, did you?
Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea?
Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know? There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that.
I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that.
Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear.
Guys.
No, Sayori, I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So, I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about.
Yeah. It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun.
That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it.
Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit.
Well, maybe, but...
It looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left.
Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get over it. Alright.
Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri?
Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces.
I guess I don't really have a choice.
That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri.
This club is seriously gonna be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other.
No way.
Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry, I'll start off to help everyone feel...
Can I go next?
Of course. Now let's see.
Monica flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium.
The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monica... yeah.
Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles.
That was so good, Monica.
Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next.
Yuri's fired up all of a sudden.
Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium.
This poem is called...
Yuri anxiously glances at each of us.
Oh, you can do us, Yuri.
Oh, that's Sayori.
Yeah, I got confused because she was
Yeah,
on
me
the
too.
screen.
It's called Afterimage of a Crimson Eye.
Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as if she'd bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save this situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat.
Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing.
Looks like Yuri is down for the count.
Okay. I guess I'm next then.
Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium.
This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled.
Sayori.
It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do so easily?
Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way.
I see. Okay then.
Sayori begins her poem.
Wow.
Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it.
I ate ache.
But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through.
Donk.
Sayori finishes and we applaud.
I did it!
Good job, Sayori.
Even Yujo liked it. I guess that's a good sign.
What does that even mean?
It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery.
I don't really understand.
In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading.
Oh, I know what you mean. I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. Hehehe.
Then next time, I'm gonna make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know.
Okay.
Now, who's next? Natsuki?
Don't make me go before Yojo. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Yojo lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki.
It's fine. I might as well get it over with. It's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and stand in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else.
Oh, sorry. I think it's less of okay. That's something that I'll overlook. Alright.
Yeah, maybe.
Alright, that just leaves you, Natsuki.
Yeah. I'm going.
Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium.
The poem is called... It's called... Why are you all looking at me?
Because you're presenting?
Anyway, the poem is called Jump.
Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes, and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat.
That wasn't so bad, was it?
Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again.
Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people?
I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people, but when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. But that's just how it is, so...
Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming. What? Might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting.
Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead.
That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all of this effort for the club. It makes me happy.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day.
I can't wait.
I can do this.
Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best.
Ready?
Ready to go, Sayori?
Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that.
It's kind of adorable, isn't it?
Hee.
Jeez, you guys. Don't make such a big deal of it.
It must be a little nice, though.
Well, how am I supposed to respond to that?
It's okay, Yuju. You don't have to say it.
Whatever, let's go already. Okay. You guys are trolling me.
We're not.
No.
This game is a social experiment to see how long people continue thinking there's something interesting around the corner.
See, this is part of the reason I wanted you to play it, was because I knew you would think that.
I really
But
I'm serious.
at the same time,
Are you guys trolling me?
No.
No. But at the same time, I really wish that this game got on with it a lot faster because, yeah, it really takes a long time.
It does.
How long is this?
We're almost
Don't really remember.
We're almost to the point
We're almost there.
where
Almost where?
It gets better.
You guys are liars. You're making this up.
game changes.
No, it doesn't.
The game changes. It becomes
Look.
breakout.
They're like, I was like, maybe I should write a different poem for the festival. So now we're gonna have another day of freaking Breakfast Club where I have to freaking write another poem, read other people's poems.
One more day, bro. Dude, one day is like a year. Yeah. The days get faster and faster.
They do.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
they
they
do.
do.
No, they don't.
They do.
They do.
They've been just as long this whole time.
The
No.
first day was really long.
The second day was really long too.
Yeah.
And the third day was really long.
The third
Every
day was
freaking
best.
day's been long. Every time someone talks, they don't shut up. And it's always the same freaking thing.
Just go. Just continue.
The only interesting part about this was when freaking Sayori came in freaking with her poor broke freaking butt and her unbuttoned top.
That was your favorite part of this? Binding
was
up
the-
a woman's shirt?
Winding up a woman's shirt, jeez.
I wasn't expecting that to be Pierce's standout moment.
No, that was the
Okay.
Sayori comes in and she's all poor and people are making fun of her. And I'm like wondering why the frick we're acting like detectives in Scooby-Doo.
So not specifically the buttoning up the shirt.
No,
Okay.
not specifically.
You're
that.
saying
So that was more interesting than the poems.
Sure. No. I just
Yes, that was definitely more interesting than these poems.
Promise it gets a lot more
Just keep
interesting.
going. Just keep going.
All right, let me just go throw up and I'll be back. Okay,
Just keep going.
I need a break.
You gotta keep.
I need a break.
It's gonna take forever.